everybody and welcome back to the internet's best reactions. Today it is the 2022 Hungarian Grand Prix and we have got some memes for you. Now, disclaimer, okay? I've lost it, okay? I've absolutely lost it. I have now, if you ever wanted to know how many times Ferrari needed to break your heart over the course of a season before you officially lose it, it's however many we're up to at this point. I am going to be off the rails in this episode. Your memes were great, so let's dive into them right now, shall we? At Crystal Horner, watching turn one. It was actually quite a calm and composed turn one, wasn't it really? We had George Russell on pole, which I don't think any of us realised. If you watch us on Twitch, WTF1 Official, you would have seen myself and Tommy's big reaction to George getting pole. But it got a great start, obviously on the soft tyres, and you had the two Ferraris behind on the mediums, not the hards, and they had a reasonable start, and they slotted in P2 and P3. Hamilton had a great start, and Bottas, bless his cotton socks, he braked so early for turn one. It wasn't really, wet or anything, but you could just tell he was like, nope, I am not taking anyone out today. No, you come through. No, you come through. That's fine. I'm just going to stay in this race, and who can blame him? At FIFA NR6, Ocon fully blocking his teammate whilst waving through Hamilton. Yeah, they were a little bit jostling on the inside, weren't they, for position? They were trying to find a bit of space, and Hamilton just completely swooped round the outside in that Mercedes that is actually looking pretty good at the moment, isn't it? More podiums, another podium for Hamilton, one for George as well today. Can you believe Ferrari weren't on the podium? I think. I'm starting to believe that it's possible Ferrari will never get a podium again. At Kimmy's Drink 48, only 6 laps in and bad TV direction already. I don't know if it was because I was clouded by Ferrari rage that I didn't quite realise the TV direction being that bad. There was a few times where they cut away just as an overtake was happening, which wasn't particularly great, and then some random shots from here, there and everywhere, and it just felt a little bit jolty. But I wouldn't say it was the worst we've ever seen this year. Maybe it's because my standards have gone down that I'm like, hey, they only made 17 mistakes, so that's fine, right? Probably what happens when you're a Ferrari fan, you just allow mistakes. At Radicchio_Utomu, Verstappen versus Hamilton. Now, of course, Verstappen starting P10 had a reasonable start, a conservative start, you have to say, as the championship leader, and was just slowly making progress. And next up was Hamilton, and you're thinking, okay, oh, this could be spicy. Wasn't really that spicy in the end, was it? But I think everybody was kind of rubbing their hands, getting ready for some 2021 flashbacks, but alas, we didn't get any. At Beef_Sand, Alonso defending against Hamilton, Alonso defending against Verstappen. Oh, I love Fernando. I don't know if he genuinely was like, yeah, come through, no problem. Alpine were having their own problems, really, weren't they? Otmar Safnauer was interviewed on the grid with Martin Brundle on the grid walk, I think, and he was like quite confident. Yeah, speak to me when we're on the podium. That went well, didn't it? Went on hard tyres. Their entire race just went down the toilet. Those hard tyres needed to be avoided like the plague. But fair enough, Alpine, they were one of the first to switch to it. They learnt when they went on them that, hey, they do not work very well. Other teams should have maybe applied that knowledge. I wonder who I'm talking about. At 98 VFW ZGD X5, Charles fans to Max fans at the moment. Now, of course, Verstappen had some problems on Saturday. Started P10 for the race. Then he had some clutch slipping, I think it was, on the team radio. Failed 20. Came over from his engineer. And it all seemed to kind of sort itself out. Well, of course it did. He won the race. And you're thinking, oh, okay. Ferrari fans are wondering, oh, maybe there's a bit of luck to be swapped around here. Maybe a few points to be gained at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And then Ferrari's strategy entered the equation and just overrid everything. Overrode, that's the word. At Sandy 8684125, Mercedes pit crew with the eyebrow. Now that was a strange occurrence, I'm sure, for that engineer who was just holding a tyre, just getting ready for a Mercedes pit stop, and then a camera was directly in his face, and he kind of shuffled his eyes a little bit, didn't know whether to look at the camera, and then decided to commit with a little eyebrow raise, and then he's off to go and do a tyre. What a cool lad. At Formula Nicky, Danny Rick. Now, when you actually look at the race result, don't think we can really be celebrating a Daniel Ricciardo masterclass. However, he did a lovely little move, didn't he, on both the Alpines? Ocon and Alonso fighting. Ocon had just come out the pits, hindered Alonso massively. So they hindered themselves twice in that race, which I'm sure they will discuss in their debrief. But then Danny Rick just had some great awareness to know exactly where to place the car, got ahead, and we're thinking, yes, this is the Danny Rick we know and love. And then you look that he scored no points again. At Blucher 3, Alpine taking a leaf from the Ferrari tactics book and self-imploding. Now, this could have been the hard tyres, this could have been the drivers jostling for position, but I think they more have to look at Alonso and Ocon and how they work together as teammates. Of course, last year, Alonso fought like a lion to get Ocon a victory. Didn't work so well together this year, did you, lads? At Colin C28688960, I don't know what it is with these long usernames today. Yuki spinning around on cold tyres. This was a bit sketchy, wasn't it, with Yuki? Just come out the pits, fair enough, it was in 20th, on fresh soft tyres, ready to master the circuit in Budapest, and then spun. Very awkward, bit sketchy as well, as I say, because he was literally in the middle of the track with a Red Bull arriving at the chicane just behind. But lovely little spin turn, on his way for Yuki, but definitely a race to forget. Where have AlphaTauri been in general, by the way? Like, they're just nowhere. They're washed this season. Just nowhere. Where's Gasly? No points. At Max Mazo. Ah, we've arrived, haven't we? I've just seen what the meme is. Ferrari once again ruining Leclerc's race. Honestly, this is probably the worst one yet. I don't know why, because Silverstone was an absolute shocker. But this one, I think it's because it wasn't a, you know, shoot from the hip, just kind of, it's shoot from the hip, shoot in the dark sort of thing. You know, they saw the Alpines tooling around on their hard tyres, no grip whatsoever, and they go, you know what, no, you know, we're going to put the hard tyres on Charles Leclerc's car. The minute I saw those white-walled hard tyres at the pit box as Charles was pulling up, I was like, oh no, not again. It's happening again. And it happened. At Chloe D_CD, Ferrari and their strategies. Now, I've never included the Ferrari clown meme. I think, you know, there's a lot of people that use it. I think it's a bit unfair sometimes. This is not unfair. This is one of the worst strategy calls of the season, if not the worst. Now, I know that the Ferrari, I heard Carlos Sainz's interview and he was saying that, well, it doesn't really matter about strategy when the car's pace isn't there anyway. But the pace, when he went on the soft tyres a little bit later on, wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Of course, you know, he did get past in the end, but it wasn't as bad as what Charles Leclerc was experiencing on the hards. Oh, God, my brain's so frazzled because I don't know why they've put hard... Why have they not just extended each medium stint a little bit? Like Leclerc did, I think, in the second stint. He managed to push those mediums quite a long way. Do that for the first as well, as you're learning, you know, about these hard tyres being pretty rubbish. I think on paper, it said that the hard tyre was over a second a lap slower. And the softs lasted maybe 15, 20 laps. How are people watching the race better strategists than the Ferrari team that are paid to do it? There has to be a reshuffle. There has to be a rethink over this summer break. Please! At Chicken Lababda, Alpine messing strategy with going for hard tyres. Ferrari. Mr. Bean meme, enjoyed it. Exactly what they did though. I can't for the life of me think why they didn't. And I think the problem as well, the thing that rubs the salt into the wounds, is that they did with Leclerc what they did, and then went, oh no, this is a terrible idea. Let's put the softs on Carlos. And look who won in the Ferrari inter-team battle. Sainz, who is not... Well, he actually is quite close to Leclerc in the championship now, but you shouldn't be putting him in front of Leclerc. Are there any other teams? Do any other teams have vacancy slots for a fanboy? Just asking. At Venomous Sneak, Ferrari throwing another double podium be like. Want to see me do it again? Oh Lord. I don't know what to say. This is one of the only internet's best reactions where I'm actually speechless as to what I have witnessed. I am going to need this F1 summer shutdown to recover from the Hungarian Grand Prix and just the first half of the season. I did say that most of these are Ferrari memes. At Robbie It, the Ferrari strategist. Yep, you're not wrong. At NUFCJ 1892, another race, another awful Ferrari strategy. In terms of strategy, we have no strategy. Oh, dearie me. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I will try and talk about other things, I promise. And speaking of other things, here we go. At Junior Mond, Hamilton when he puts the softs on. Hamilton was flying. George Russell had a great race, of course, as well. But you have to say Lewis was excellent, finishing P2. Another podium. And like Mercedes are just maximising every single race weekend. You can tell that they are a championship winning outfit because of what they managed to achieve every single race weekend, even if the car isn't exactly there. And Hamilton was just fastest lap after fastest lap. And who knows, a couple of extra laps in that race with the rain coming down, Hamilton could have won. Oh, there's more Ferrari memes. At Toot Wolf, Mattia Binotto on lap 59 after the Ferrari strategy disaster class. He did just walk off, didn't he? He did go back, to be fair, so let's not make a huge deal of it. He's probably gone out to the back of the Ferrari garage, had a little scream. I mean, I did it last weekend after the French Grand Prix, and then come back out onto the pit wall. I wouldn't be surprised. Genuinely, I think it's not good at Ferrari right now.
Who has won? Tweet of the week!
Right, tweet of the week time now, and yes, I know this meme format is quite popular, but I decided to choose this particular person, so don't start crying to me if you did a similar meme or whatever. This person has won, and oh god, and it's a Ferrari meme, of course it is. At Yuravgo Wumau. I have no words. This is the worst day of my life. The worst day of your life so far. We've got another half a season left, Ferrari fans. Are there any other? Let me know, by the way, in the comment section. I know obviously I talk a lot about Ferrari because a lot of the memes are about Ferrari, but other team fans out there, are you struggling as much? If you're a McLaren fan, for example, a Danny Rick fan, I know how you're feeling. Let me know in the comments what sort of emotions you are feeling right now for your favourite team and driver. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Verstappen happy fans there as well. At Jonties_corner, the cool down room watching Ferrari put hards on. Even they were shocked. Even the drivers were like, hards? And they were laughing. They couldn't believe that the Ferrari team had put hards on. That just shows the drivers who are in the car the entire race probably don't know a huge amount about the other strategies going on, how fast the Alpines are, for example. They laughed at the hards being put on. Does Charles Leclerc need to leave Ferrari in order to win a world championship? I'm starting to wonder. At Cam_QPR1, Ferrari, 0 days since our last nonsense. And that wraps it up quite nicely.
It's time for Social Media Team Championship.
Right, Social Media Team Championship time now. Who has scored points for the Hungarian Grand Prix? In third place we have Mercedes AMG F1. Now this is a popular meme, of course, but the fact they used it, I like it. And Hamilton was putting in a lot of fastest laps, so well done Mercedes, you get 1 point. In second place we have Haas F1. George Russell is the type of guy who puts it on pole out of absolutely nowhere. Of course, going on from the George Russell meme template that was going on around George Russell being the type of guy. I like that one from Haas, so well done. 2 points. And finally, the winners of the Social Media Team Championship for the best tweet that I have seen has to go to Scuderia Ferrari. Charles 16 pitting for hard tyres. That is such a good joke. Honestly, Ferrari, you have nailed that. Honestly, you've never been more deserving of 3 points for Social Media Team Championship. That's 1 point for Mercedes, 2 points for Haas, and 3 points for Scuderia Ferrari.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
Right, race rundown time now, and I really want to get this done. And I still can't believe that I'm not saying the word Leclerc in the top 5. It's just Ferrari things, isn't it? Right, Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, oh, no. That didn't count. Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Vettel. Oh, it's really sad about Vettel retiring, isn't it? That was sad news, that really was. feel like I didn't really talk about the midfield at all in this IBR episode. I'm sorry, but not many of the memes that I saw were about anything but Ferrari and a few other things, so I'm sorry. Lots of love to the midfield. They were great. There was lots of action. Shame about Alpine. I can't believe Aston Martin scored a point again. They're unbelievable in the race. And, yeah, lots of love. Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc. I said Leclerc in 5th. He didn't finish 5th, Matt. He finished lower. Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Vettel, Stroll, Gasly, Chirac. No. Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Vettel. No. Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Vettel, Stroll, Gasly, Zhou, Schumacher, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Albon, Latifi, Tsunoda, Bottas. He did it. Right, that is it. Thank you so much for watching the internet's best reactions to the 2022 Hungarian Grand Prix. I am sorry that a lot of it was about Ferrari, but then a lot of it was about Ferrari. Just want to give a big shout out to Verstappen. You know, unbelievable drive. You know, the fact that it's just clear that he is a world champion. He's world champion material, and he's in a world championship winning outfit at the moment in the form of Red Bull. Hamilton was amazing, Russell was amazing, Sainz obviously let down a little bit by the Ferrari pace, Perez was a bit shafted but did okay. I feel like, as I say, I just don't want to miss out too many people, but I don't think that was a huge amount. And Latifi, of course, you know, purple sector 1 and finishing 20th in qualifying, had to give that a shout out as well. So thank you everybody, I'm losing my mind, thank you everybody for watching. Hashtag WTF1 if you want to get involved next time. Of course, we've got the summer break now, so no IBR for almost a month, but don't worry, we've got lots of content coming out on the YouTube channel, and you know, be sure to follow us on Twitch as well, WTF1 Official. Hashtag WTF1 if you want to get involved next time, and you may be able to win an amazing Fanatec prize. Big thank you to Fanatec, as always, for sponsoring this series, and we'll see you in 4 weeks for some more Ferrari / I don't know, meltdowns from me, who knows. But thank you, as always, for supporting this series, and we'll be back. I'm losing my words. We'll be back for Spa. Bye!